It keeps cutting out. Last time the screen went green, but since I can't type on the screen, here's my Cash App. Anybody wants to help my dog get a sleeping bag, please, please, please. I just need a sleeping bag for my dog, that's it. We're going in the cold weather. Alright, here's my attempt at fucking Sweet Home Alabama. It's been like over 10 years since I played this song, but it might come back to me. I know it's, you got GD, hold on. I just don't remember the chords. Pretty sure it's GC, right? Or is it GCDF? I can't remember. DCG, 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 and it's CGFC. Alright, I'll try. Alright. DCG, DCG. I know it's FC or D. Alright. It finally popped. I had that string for years and it finally popped. It's okay, I got extra strings. Oh, cool, I have a guitar pick? I didn't even know I had one. Nice. I have no idea what one this is. third G. Got it. One thing about having a guitar, always have strings backed up. Now all I need is something to pry this out with. Do you have something I can pry this out with? Like maybe a knife or something in the pry bar area? Because I just popped my G string. Finally. I had this string on since I got this guitar. I had it on my last guitar and the one before it. This string has been with me for years. I have tuned it on many guitars. It has been a trooper. Finally it popped. Surprising, really. Do you have anything that could help? Yeah, okay, hold on. One thing, I gotta make sure gotta get more strings now. Always got an extra pair of strings on me, just in case for this situation. And I had like 4 sets of strings, but I keep giving them away to people because I'm a nice guy. And you know, same as like people were saying, I don't need none for them, but that's fine. You know, I have to get more guitar strings. 0.025 millimeter G string on an acoustic guitar. Can I get your phone again too for the tuning app? This is gonna be a little rough tuning it without the One thing I learned is you gotta put like a lot of tension on it, but not at the same time. You gotta drive it through there slowly and then tighten her up. No, it's right there in front of me. I'm looking at it. Just figured you had it. Tighten her up. Another thing I learned from a guitarist is when you turn the new string like this to break it in. This string, this one right here, was almost about, I don't know, 6 years old. I had this on my older guitar. No, about 5. I had it on my older guitar. I took it off that guitar and put it on a newer guitar when that one broke. And this one finally died after all these years. Best G string I've ever had, though, honestly. Now I gotta work with this awful tuning app to tune my guitar. Just like I've threw out my guitar tuner. So, you know, they like to do that. I don't want to talk about it, though, because I'll talk about it when I go to court. Let's see that. Other vapors. Hopefully someone will give us a Walmart gift card or something cool, you know. I would really like that too. Alright. I gotta tug it a little. Dude, I learned that from a guitarist in Michigan. To tug the string to break it in faster. That's the first time I broke a string in 2 years. The last one was my low E, or high E. I broke that one, yeah. But I wasn't playing it, actually. Somebody else was playing it. My old guitar string. Can't do any crafty shit with it.
Oh yeah, I guess like that.
Yeah, it's nylon. Well, it's steel. It's brass, but it's nylon in the middle. That's probably why it lasts. It's nylon. Oh, hi. Okay, I got 5 more for you. For you. Just for you. I got 5 more for you. Give you a jacket. Or a sleeping bag. That should be enough. I think we got enough for a sleeping bag now. How much are the sleeping bags? Like 20 bucks? The children's sleeping bag. The child mummy bags. They're like 15, 20 bucks. Yeah, there are. I'll show you that. Yeah, there are. Yeah. They're like, they look like they're advertised like they're small.
Yeah, but they're not cold.
But they're 0 degrees. No, they got ones with the head things like the mommy bags are children. Most Walmarts, they're like 15 bucks. So I got enough for her to get a sleeping bag. Yeah, we just gotta make the Uber funds. Get back and make funds. Make funds and Uber funds. Mostly gotta break even to Uber back to the hot dog. But I'm thinking since it's gonna storm tomorrow, maybe we should go somewhere to dry. Thinking either a Home Depot shed or a fucking bridge. I don't know if it's going to be like tornadic weather tomorrow or just... They said it was just going to be regular late mild thunderstorms, and then that day it was like severe tornado warning, and we had to get get that goddamn hotel room. Spend all our money on a hotel room just to get out of the tornado. Crazy. Is anybody watching? Oh, I got 0 views. I'm sorry, I'm boring, guys. But this is what, besides working and hopping trains, this is what majority of my life is: sitting around places like this, chilling, making little bits of money here and there to get basic supplies, and then going to hop out, and then making my way to a place to work and making more money to get better supplies and, travel more. I hate doing this shit. I hate doing this. I'm not a big fan of it. Blah blah blah. I hate to sound like a victim, but somebody didn't pay me for the work that I did. I would have been set for still to now with the money that I would have got paid, that I was promised to be paid. But worked a little bit on the bike week. I thought I would have more hours, but we showed up late. Whatever. So that's why I'm going to Missouri. I'm going to work there for like 2 months. It's 40 an hour. It's backbreaking work though. It's framing, commercial framing, not residential. So it's going to be in Casey. So it's backbreaking work, but it's 40 an hour and at least 8-hour days. So I'll work it for like as much as I can. Hopefully a month or two, and I can stack up some good cash and not actually have to do this for a long time. Yes, I've done domestic framework before. I've never done commercial framing. I don't know what I'm in for. What commercial, I don't know what I'm in for. I just know domestic, so I'm gonna find out. We just make some more matcha real quick. Good for you though. It's good for the liver. My liver can use it after years of abusing myself. Now I'm finally sober. I'm feeling it. I've been feeling it for the past 2.5 years. But it's been getting better. The more grapefruit and cranberry juice and matcha I drink, the better I feel. Well, liver-wise, my liver health has been improving a lot. Hold on, doggy. More water. Here you go. Oh, you didn't even want water? Whatever. anyone. I've taken angry lesbian with a loaded gun. I'll take the war with syphilis. Gonorrhea too. But darling, I love you. But Carlisle, Alabama is so far from that hot dog. But the thing is, yeah, it would have been another 20 miles. And then catching a train up to Oil Shark from there. It's like 25 miles to Hopbound Boils. Well, southbound not, but northbound is 35. just sat in an ant pile. Okay, can I see your phone again? Where'd that go? Satan is real. Satan is real. Working in spirit, you can hear him in this world. Satan is real. Working with power to tempt you and lead you. Well, my woman now, booze all take me downtown, and I'm looking for some trouble, and I wanna get loud. Serve me up a drink, and I'll shoot her right on down, and I'll jump back at the bar and holler, hey, one more round, and I'm going straight to hell. Ain't nothing slowing me down, and I'm going straight to hell. So you better give me one more round. Well, back in the day with my old Back in the day with my old Uncle Jim. He kept a lot of moonshine out in his old shed. He taught me how to drink and how to be real proud of my hillbilly ways and my outlaw style, and I'm going straight to hell. Ain't nothing slowing me down, and I'm going straight to hell. Ain't nothing slowing me down. One more round, one more round. I'm racing these back roads. I'll save my life 'cause the sheriff wants to kill me 'cause I fucked his wife. I was on the run with a gun up in my hand, 'cause I like a good time and a one night stand. But I guess I'm a man full of sin, dragged down to hell all with it. 'Cause I'm going straight to hell. Ain't nothing knowing me down. I'm going straight to hell. Ain't nothing slowing me down. Cast the first stone, oh, will send me back home. Satan is eating. We'll cast the first stone, who will send me back home. Satan's eating up my bones, walking with the devil. This world is so evil, together, but don't push me. Fences like the sweetest joy, and that's a gamble. It's a paradise, know that wise words be quarterito in the center. I can't so bad and I hope nice listen. Fools come before me with my diamonds in a glisten. Pay attention, rest in peace, Father. I'm a ghost, gone to kill the field. Hail Mary, catch me if I fall. Rest me deep beside solitary minds of a madman. Change in dark, evil lurks, enemy see me. With my hate that pale, you betray me. Century anti-amically, never stop me. Some say the game is off, corrupt the focus. Rough road, never let me bust out this shit. Bust mama told me never stop until I bust about the world if they can't just. Oh, okay, check this out, look at this. That's a sexy Monte Carlo right there. I don't know if I can zoom. I can't. Won't let me zoom in. Dang you, YouTube. Look at this car. Look how pretty she is, man. I don't know if y'all can see it, but man, it's gorgeous. That's a beaut. That's always been my favorite car right there. Is a Monte Carlo. Those are just beautiful. Late 70s, early 80s Monte Carlos. Anyways, that's like the ultimate car right there. Aerodynamically efficient. I would say that's an 84, maybe 83. That's the way the back is, but I don't know if the fender's customized or not with the back, where the headlight, the rear lights are. I know before the 80s they were narrow, and then after 83 they were wider lights. That's a very beautifully designed car. Especially if you put side skirts on it, on all fucking four sides. And the aerodynamics will keep it going faster because no air gets under the car. And the front side skirt would have to be like, you know, downward on an angle so it bounces the air up the hood and over the fucking top of the car. So you can get max speed. Like, those are pretty cars, dude. Not that I don't hate electronic cars. I love EVs. I like old school EVs. Before I had petrol cars, you know. thinking of going to that place with the hill. So we're at high ground when it rains. No, the town about 15 miles that way. We just get an Uber there. Alabaster. I know. Big floods. Yeah. Oh yeah. What hill? Out in the open, yeah. Hop out the day after tomorrow. Saturday morning, Sunday morning. So where can we go? Find that Home Depot shed. It said thunderstorm when I looked at it. Best thing in the world to drink, right fucking here, water. I know it's a common stereotype that train riders are alcoholics, and it's true, but water, man. Water is life. Even the biggest alcoholics I ever met on the rails, they had water. And they were carrying shit ton. Oh, okay. What song, Jay? picking up the pieces of my broken family. Was not an easy sight to see. The leaves have changed, they help ease the pain and suffering they've left for me. The feeling of this old worn out cowboy will make your heart cold. I traveled up and down so many kind of lonesome road. Kind of lonesome road. Messed up my shoulder getting off the train too. Dangerous to do that. I had some good jokes, but I lost them. How does her West Virginia mother know that or how does West Virginia mother know that her daughters aren't a period? Her dog's dick has menstrual blood on it. That's a really bad joke. I know. One thing I learned about humor is I can make fun of myself. You know, that's the whole point. Having a sense of humor. You're not serious about it. You're joking about it. I am a highly autistic, highly ADHD, stupid, over histrionic traveler that overthinks things and over explains things. So you make fun of myself. Sometimes I do dumb things and say dumb things to the wrong people and make it look really awkward because I'm a very awkward person, and you know, sometimes I get what I deserve with some of the shit I do. See, that's the thing. You gotta have a sense of humor, man. 'Cause if you don't have a sense of humor, life's gonna rip you apart. I mean, I got bad jokes that made a couple of kids mad, but how do you kill a dirty kid? No. I know, that's the worst joke ever. I know it sends chills up my spine, but at the same time, it was supposed to do that, you know? Like, people that write horror, or, you know, hardcore or death metal or something like that, or horror movies or horror novels, the whole point is to make the reader or listener feel uncomfortable and uneased and disturbed. If you have done that, you're a successful artist in that form of art. See, the thing is, nobody gets hurt. I mean, yeah, sometimes you got the person with mental issues that takes it serious, but that's their problem. From a parent's side. Some of the most calm people I've ever met in my life, some of the most chill people, watch the most disturbing things, write the most disturbing things, and listen to the most disturbing music. I don't know the point I'm making because my ADHD brain is jumping all over the place right now, and I really apologize. But yeah, I have footage of me riding from Jacksonville to here. It was crazy. Get this, when the train was pulling out in the yard, a worker got clipped by the fucking one of the bars on the ladder. There's like these little bars on the ladder. Somehow the worker's vest or something got clipped on it, and he got dragged down the track. And he banged his foot into the wheel well, I guess. He didn't get his leg cut off, but he broke his foot pretty bad. He broke his leg, apparently. That's what I could hear from the chattering, because I didn't have my scanner. I don't have a scanner. I lost all the apps. I'm doing this blind. Right now I'm riding completely blind. Only using memory. I don't even have a crew change guide right now. All I'm going on is this hole here, right here. And I've done that for a while. But from what I heard, I saw 2 ambulances drive down into the yard, and then a bull drive down and drive back the other way. After they pulled the train out, apparently the car that we were going to get on, that's where he got clipped and dragged and fell off. And they were past the bridge into the yard. That's where the ambulance went. I couldn't get a good view of it because the bulls and the cops were there. But from what I heard from their chattering, he got dragged by the train and broke his ankle and damaged his leg. But I don't think he got his leg cut off or it was anything severe. But yeah, as we were walking to the car, that's when the bull pulled up with the spotlight and then the ambulance is passed. We're like, oh shit. And I tried to get a little bit of footage of the bull, but I barely got it because I was hiding in the bushes because I did not want to get seen. I mean, usually that yard, they don't care at all. But in this instance, I met the bull there twice under weird circumstances. He seemed like he didn't care, want to do his job, but you still gotta be careful. But yeah, that was a weird thing. And then the train kept breaking down and stopping in random spots. We stopped 8 times in random areas in the middle of Georgia. And then finally out here in Alabama, we stopped and they dropped the car off we were on and several other cars. And they bad order tagged it with the orange tags. So I figured we were riding on broken cars because after we get a certain speed, it started violently shaking like it was going to fall apart. So, yeah, it was after another defect detector. Because after we rode through the first one, we stopped for a few hours. The worker walked right by our car, checked the 2 cars down. And then we went through another defect detector here in Alabama, and that's when they dropped the cars off. I guess they shoved them into a siding. The rest of the train left. So we figured, fuck it, and we got off and walked. I probably told that story like 8 times by now. I'm sorry, I over-explain things. I do that. But yeah, weird as hell. I've ridden this line more times than I can count. This is the weirdest thing ever. The worker got hurt. I hope he's all right, though. The worker that got hurt, hope he's okay, man. But made about $20. Yeah, you don't make much money doing this. I mean, people say you make like $500 a day. No, you don't. You don't make very much at all. That's why I prefer working, and I hate doing this. But people act like you make a living off this shit. You don't. I got barely enough to get my dog a sleeping bag, and that's all I care about. And then making the way up to the hop out to get on the train at 5 to 9 a.m., whenever it comes, and then riding it all the way to Chicago. Yeah, I'm not going to leave tomorrow because of the rain, so I'm going to edit the video tomorrow and put it together and try to make it look cool. I'm still new to this whole YouTube thing. I mean, I've been doing it a couple years, but I don't have a manager or a producer or anybody guiding me. I'm just figuring it out myself in my highly ADHD brain. So, I don't know. I've met a few other influencers that are pretty cool. There's one kid, Rebel. He's Rebel Hiker Films or whatever. He keeps changing the name of the channel, but he's fairly new. And I've been helping him out with certain hop outs. It's like he's been doing it for about 1.5 years. I've been doing this over a decade, but that's not bragging about anything. I'm just saying I like to help people out. He seems like a really good kid. And, he's got a lot of views and a lot of people are watching his shit. So I'm glad about him. I'm glad that I can be helpful to him, like I was with Anywhere Man. Like I tried helping him out when he started out. Because he seemed like a good kid. I don't know why he started issuing with me. I really don't. I guess it was for the clout. Hey, whatever. If that got his money in his pocket, if that helped him out, okay, sure. I don't know why he did it, but whatever. He seemed like a good dude. I have no qualms against him. But I tend to do that. And then I met Jeff Gray of Honor Your Oath about a week ago. He gave us a ride to her court hearing to get her charge dropped, and I can get my money back for bond. They didn't give it back, of course. And they're refusing the body cam footage. Blah, blah, blah. I don't want to talk about that because it's just stupid. But yeah, he was a genuinely hopeful person. He seemed like a really, really cool guy. Like, he's and him and Michael Taylor, who has a channel called Arm Fisherman. They're both Floridians. And they're both really cool people because I've met them. They're civil rights activists. So I went to that pier they were protesting at like a day later, and I busted there with a few friends. It was dead, but they didn't mess with us. The people working there, they didn't even care about us. They just left us alone. It was dead, so we had to move down to where there were more people, and we made a little bit of money, like $15, but it wasn't popping, so whatever. But yeah, I was trying to do that for them in some weird dirty kid way, but yeah, they didn't bother me at all. Like, I guess people, I don't know why they feel that way against them, because I've seen Jeff do his thing, his God Bless Homeless Vets thing, and He doesn't take shit from people. I've watched him do it without him knowing I was watching. He turned down money. And he said, give it to that dude over there. Give it to somebody over there that needs it. I'm just doing a protest. Like, so that's what made me respect the guy. He's not scamming people like people say. I know scammers. I know people that would actually scam people that are not homeless at all. They have money. One of them's name's Emily Rivers. She has money. Her dad gives her like anywhere from 5 to 10,000 every 2 weeks, and she does fly signs in places. And it's kind of sickening that she would do that, and she would get drunk in spots and be stupid, cause a scene. Those are the ones, the Yugos that we worry about. Now, it doesn't mean hate them. Just, steer them away from that. Just be aware of what they are. Those are scammers in my eyes. But Jeff Gray is a good guy. I don't know why I'm randomly talking about this. I guess it's because I'm bored sitting here. And I wasn't expecting to be in this part of Alabama. I wasn't expecting to be here. I was originally going to ride all the way to Chicago. That was the goal. And then I realized my dog didn't have a sleeping bag. And she would be cold. So we were going to get off in Birmingham and try to get her a sleeping bag before we went up there. That was the whole reason. And then we got dropped off in nowhere. But hey, I've hitchhiked this highway before. Back in 2015. After I got out of a really abusive relationship, and I rode the overland route. No, it was the Sunset route. The overland route was the other time I broke up with a girl in Oregon. Yeah, I broke up with 2 girls in Oregon. I don't know why. It's just happened. I rode the Sunset route all the way back. And I rode it to Irondale. Pretty much from Yuma all the way to Irondale. And, it was so wicked because the people I was with, they rented a U-Haul to get out of fucking Stockton, and we drove down to Yuma. That's where they dropped us off. Blah blah blah. But I got off in Irondale and then decided to hitchhike this highway down to Auburn, and it was pretty decent. I got a lot of rides from Mexicans. I got fed really well, and it was New Year's Eve when I bussed in Auburn, Alabama. I made pretty good money, but I also made a lot of friends. I made friends with a now deceased firefighter there named Danny Sanchez. He passed away, but he was a really cool guy. This is how I made friends with him. All right. So, the night before, I was busking in downtown Auburn. This girl stumbles out of this car. I don't know if she was drunk or she was on something else, because she stumbled out of the car and went right next to me on the bench I was sitting. Looked at me and said, and then puked all over herself and fell on the ground and started seizing. And then firefighters came, ambulances came. They were right there anyways because we were partying. And I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. So I walked away. I went to Waffle House, got some food, went up to this little bridge in Opelika near where you could catch a train. And, I slept under there with my old dog, Harley. And the next day, it's like there was an off-ramp. It was a highway above this bridge, and it was like off-ramps, kind of like interstates. I wake up, I see this black car zooming off the off-ramp, and he goes straight into a pillar at like 60 miles per hour. Bam! Right into the freaking pillar. So I run down from where I'm sleeping. I immediately get up, and I run down there to see if dude's okay. Dude's sitting in there with his bones sticking out of his leg. It's like his leg's like this, and the bones is like sticking out. And there's blood everywhere, and he's like, "Oh, I had a seizure." And then he tries to get out of his car. I'm like, "I won't move if I were you. Your leg is broken, man. Please do not move. You're gonna hurt yourself more." He's like, "Okay." So I went back up. I got my flip phone. I called an ambulance. I came back there. First thing that happened was a cop showed up. And you know what? The cop was more concerned about me sleeping under a bridge than about this guy who had a seizure coming off the highway and crashed into a pillar and broke his leg. They were more concerned about me sleeping under a fucking bridge. But the same firefighter from the night before showed up with the paramedics, and a higher ranking cop showed up finally. I think it was a sergeant. And that one cop was still chewing me out for sleeping under a bridge. He's like, you're trespassing. That's illegal. I can take you to jail. And the other cop was like, man, this guy literally saved someone's life. And you're going to chew him out for leave him alone, and chewed him out. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, thanks, man. Like, and he's like, hey, take care of yourself, man. Yeah, you can't be under there, but obviously you saved this guy's life. We appreciate it. Thank you. So they took the guy away in an ambulance. They towed his truck. I went back under the bridge with my dog, who was off leash and was a good dog. She stayed right there under the bridge, waited patiently. And I go to pack up anyways, because I was going to go to the Y and catch a train. I was about a half mile from the spot you catch the NS train. I was on the CSX side. And after I packed up and went down there, that same firefighter, Danny Sanchez, rest in peace, came up to me and he was like, hey, I got you a hotel room for 2 nights. Because it's going to rain pretty hard the next 2 days. And I want you to be dry. And what you did, you saved this guy's life because he was losing a lot of blood. If you weren't there, you probably would have died because there's nobody out here. I'm like, yeah, that's why I slept here. And he did. He got me a hotel room, got me some pizza, and he gave me $100. Like, there are good people out there. And it wasn't like I was doing this for anything in return. I mean, I genuinely wanted to save this dude's life. And I'm glad I was able to. I never got his info or his name, but wherever he is, I hope he's still alive. That was probably one of the craziest things that happened, and it was in Auburn, Alabama. And Danny was the same guy that gave me a ride up to Alexander City. I then met a woman who was a big narcotics trafficker. I didn't know that. She brought me to her house, and then the first thing she says is I got out of prison just now. We had a lot of fun, I'm not gonna lie, but it was there for a couple days until she started screaming at Ronaldo, who I don't know who that was, and she was calling me Ronaldo and grabbing knives. So I just ran out of the house with my gear, my dog, at 4 in the morning. I never spoke to her again. And it hits back up this highway, and I don't think I ever came to this part though, this town. We got back to Birmingham, and I rode to Atlanta on NS. But yeah, that was a wicked story, that happened. Probably one of the craziest things that happened hitching this highway. And I spoke to Danny for years after that, and then I found out he passed away. His lungs collapsed or some type of exposure. So, that really sucks. He was a cool guy, and he was a firefighter. And I made really good friends with him. And he didn't like the cops, really. He didn't trust them there. That was one of the things about him. He honestly, genuinely did not trust the cops in that area. They didn't want to do their job. They didn't want to help this guy. So that was just an interesting story of something that happened while I was hitching this highway. And I only hitched it one other time, and that was after I got off a train in Manchester, and I decided to hitch to this highway and up to Birmingham that way instead of just hopping freight to Birmingham, just to have a different experience. It took me 2.5 weeks. Instead of hopping out of Manchester, which takes about 9 hours to get on freight train here, yeah, it took me 2.5 weeks to hike here from there. Nothing really interesting happened that time, but I figured I'd share that. I don't know. I've been through a lot. The weather's nice. It's a beautiful day here. I'm going to enjoy the warmth of Alabama because in a couple days I'm going to be in Chicago and then down to Missouri. I'll be working. But yeah, look what the cops did to my car. She's so sad. I've had worse though. When I was green in Asheville, North Carolina, I was about a year into traveling. Not even. I left my pack outside a little coffee shop, an anarchist coffee shop called Firestorm. I left my pack outside their place. They left my sleeping bag. They were kind enough to do that, and I was just really dumb at the time. I didn't think, because the town seemed really chill. I didn't think somebody would steal my stuff, because I was stupid, dude. I really was, and I learned my lesson really fast about, okay, yeah, don't ever do that anywhere, no matter how chill it is. And I had a trash bag for like the next 2 months. And I was just wandering around, hopping freight trains with a damn trash bag, looking like a home bum Santa. Yeah, and then eventually I got me an Alice pack kicked down to me at a music festival in Chattahoochee, or Chattahoochee National Forest. So that was cool. And that was my new pack for a while, but man, I would never forget that, And this was before phones, I didn't get a phone until like 2013, I got flip phone. I didn't get a smartphone until like 2017, 18. That's when I started getting into smartphones because they were cheaper. But I had a flip phone and it would never really have minutes on it, so it'd be useless. But yeah, now everything's digitalized on phones, and I love it, dude. I love the digital shit. I love the digital age. A lot of older riders, they're salty about it. Like, oh, these kids got it easy these days. Blah, 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 blah. Like, yeah. Shouldn't you be happy? I'm happy that newer riders that end up on the rails and they have nowhere to go. That the information is a lot easier to access than it used to be. I mean, yeah, it has its downfalls. Like, oogly kids get a hold of that too, but it's helpful to people. And it literally gets people out of bad places. So I like this digital age. Like this right here, I'm documenting what I'm doing. I've never done that before. Like, this is me. This is how I kind of make somewhat money. I mean, I did it before in Bedford Park while I was drunk. And yes, that was on a dare. An old friend, Danny Pavocado, that I had to go live and get drunk at the Circle K in Bedford Park if I lost a bet. And I did. She dyed her hair and it came out pink instead of yellow. So, lost the bet. So that's what I had to do. That's an old friend of mine. We go back years. So, whatever. Lost the bet. So that's what I did. This time I'm just sharing it, she's just so chill. She was tired too. I mean, we walked a lot today. It's like, you don't usually walk like this, man. What the hell? You don't usually walk like 15 miles. You usually walk like 3 or 4 or 15. What the hell? Why don't you get an Uber? Blah, blah, blah. But yeah, well, we're here. I don't know. I've seen crazier things in the desert too. Alabama. I've gotten housed up by rednecks here when I was with my other ex, Emily. And, I was trying to convince her to hop a train because her car was breaking down. She wanted to hitchhike to, Idaho and then Oregon. She wanted to go to Rainbow. That was the first red flag. But she also hit me a lot. She was very abusive to me. I contemplated leaving her a bunch of times, and I finally did after she mocked me because my friend Kitty died. And she was like, oh, you love that girl. Why don't you just be a dead whore like her? And I'm like, okay, the only reason you're still talking right now is because I don't want to hit you. I don't like hitting women. But, anyways, I jumped her off at fucking Oregon. I left her at a Rainbow Gathering, which is the safest place to leave her. But when we were here, and this girl was from New Jersey. She's a rich girl from Glen Garden, New Jersey. 2 things happened. One, she gave a crackhead $20, thinking he would give her an eighth of weed. Because I went to the store. I went to the store to get some train food to a Walmart, and I came back. And she was like, oh, I'm waiting on somebody to come back with weed. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. I'm like, well, you still have your money? He's like, no, I gave him my money. I'm like, oh, honey, you ain't going to see that anymore. He done smoked it. She's like, no, he was talking weird. I'm like, yeah, he was talking like this, right? And she was like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, you ain't getting that back. She just got mad at me. And the other time is, instead we decided to try to hitch this highway again. So I did lie. I did hitch it one more time. But we didn't go far. We went down towards Alexander City. We got housed up by these rednecks. And I had a blast, dude. One of them was a fugitive recovery agent. And he was just telling me stories about how he goes across the country getting fugitive. And he gets, like, bad people. Like, most of them are murderers or rapists or people like that have committed serious violent crimes or escaped out of prison. That's what he went after. And we would exchange these stories, but we were having a blast because we were getting drunk, shooting guns on his property. He had all kinds of semi-automatic rifles. And Emily was scared out her mind. Because she's never been around Southern people. She's never been around rednecks. So she was scared. She was just like, I don't know if I want to be here. I kind of want to go back to New Jersey. I'm like, well, maybe the road isn't for you, And she was so fucking scared. It's like, dude, you're fine. You're fine, Because I grew up around that shit, They don't have that up there. I'm like, you're fine, man. I'm having a great time. Blasting off semi-automatic shotguns and all that, man. She got so scared, and then she was hitting me later on that day, that night. And the thing is, I had a very warped idea of what love was, and I realized that I was just loving the idea of a person and not the person for who they were, or vice versa. And I genuinely loved her, and I still do, but not in that romantic sense, more of a platonic sense, involved, but, because that didn't work out. But she just loved the idea of me because I hopped trains. And when I finally got her on a train, oh my god, this girl cried. We finally got her to hop out of Cheyenne, Wyoming. And within an hour, she started crying. She's like, I want to go to the store and get a chai tea. When's this train gonna stop? I'm like, it's never gonna stop. We're gonna be on it for 30 days. I was fucking with her. And then she really started crying, freaking out. And we got off in Rawlings, so she would not shut the hell up. And then she refused to get back on a train. Like, she refused it. I finally convinced her to do it again, and then she freaked out again. This time getting up and screaming and jumping up. And then we were on Intermodal, and she got on a cheese grater. She was like, I'm going to jump off. I don't want to be on this train. I'd rather die. I'm like, dude, no, what the fuck are you doing? And she took some acid before we got on. I didn't know. I really didn't know, because I would have never let her get on a train if I knew she did that. But she didn't tell me until like after the fact. I had to deal with this all the way to Pocatello. And, my heart, Green River. My heart was coming out my chest. I'm like, okay, I'm never, ever, ever taking you on a freight train again for the rest of my life. You go home to your dad. But I'm not going to leave you here. I'm going to actually leave you at a good place. That's why we went to Oregon. And she managed to get us a ride of people that were going there. It was when we actually hitchhiked. And we got in a crash. We flipped. And we got caught in the middle median of the interstate. There was like those thick wire things, whatever they are, in the middle of the highway. Well, the car flipped and got caught in it. And it was wrapped around the door, so we couldn't open the door. And I was like, yeah, this is why I don't hitchhike. And then the cops came, and the cops were more concerned about my ID than anything. I'm like, dude, we just got in a car accident, and we're trapped in a car. Can you help us get out of this car? And they eventually got the firefighters to cut the wires, and we got out of the car. And then he was more concerned about me possibly being intoxicated, because he's like, oh, you're shaking. What are you on? I'm like, dude, I was just in a car accident. We just flipped. Anyways, besides the point, we went to Green River. I was going to leave her there at first. My plan was to leave her in Rainbow in Oregon, but I didn't even want to deal with those people or go out there. I just decided to leave her there. Instead, she managed to convince me to stay with her another night by taking off her clothes. See, I was stupid, okay? I was stupid. That's why I stayed with abusive women like my ex before her, who stabbed me and set me on fire and choked me and had people jump me and called the cops on me and, had me arrested for drugs that were hers, because she was mad at me. I was stupid because all she had to do was show me her boobies, and then I was like, okay, I forgive you. I hated my past self. I would punch myself if I talked to myself now, like then. I'm so stupid naive, but that's why. And then we got a ride from these people to that gathering. I made sure she was around good people. I left her. I was like, okay, I'm going to leave now. You stay here. I can't be with you. This isn't working out. Blah, blah, blah. She then takes my phone. And she's like, well, I'm not giving this back to you. And then she starts running from me. So I'm casually walking behind her screaming, hey, give me back my phone. And then she's like, leave me alone, leave me alone. Being all hysterical. And I'm just rolling my eyes like, dude, I just want my phone back. Finally got the attention of a bunch of people. And I'm I explained to her, yeah, I want to leave her. She has my phone. I just want my phone back so I can get away from her. That's all. And they're like, oh, okay. And I did. I got out that day and I went to Portland. I tried to see if I could get trim work from old people. And then I ran old people that I worked for before. I ran into her again in Klamath Falls. No, yeah, Klamath Falls. And she was strung out bad. Because I remember I left her with $160 to get her dog fixed and an address of a clinic that I knew in Portland that would fix her dog for $40 and give her all her shot for about the rest of that. And, money to spend on other things like food and shit like that. Like, I actually I didn't want to leave her with nothing. I was actually trying to be not a piece of shit. And she ended up spending all that money on meth. And her dog was, like, really bad shape. Her dog was an aggressive German Shepherd that really liked me, and only me, besides her. But it was like he had a big head and his body was just a skeleton. And I was like, dude, I'm taking your fucking dog. But at the same time, it was like, this dog protects. I'm like, dude, why aren't you taking care of your fucking dog? And then we got housed up by some stripper. Yeah, that same day. And I made sure that this dog ate. And while I was with her, I was like, okay, I'm going to call your dad somehow. She's like, no, you're not. Yes. I had to call him and tell him, look, you better get your daughter home or she's going to die. She's not made for this life. I'm sorry that I brought her out here. I know you hate me and you want to kill me, but I'm figuring this is the right thing to do. And he cussed me out and said, yeah, you ever come near Jersey again, I'll kill you. I'm like, okay, fair enough. I'm just trying to do the right thing here. And then she got mad at me for doing that. And so, also, mind you, she has sent me tons of text messages saying, I'm sorry that I have lied to you. I'm sorry that I have broke your guitar over your head. I'm sorry that I've acted like she genuinely apologized for all that, because I guess she was, I don't know what she was, but she actually genuinely apologized. And I had all these texts of her trying to gaslight me too, trying to say it's kind of your fault, you kind of triggered me with the way you were acting and all that. And then while we were at those people's apartments, these people that were staying, they got arrested. So we didn't know what happened to them. She was posting in some Facebook group that I was aggressively stalking her and trying to kidnap her. With no evidence. A van full of punks show up, ready to beat my ass. And I'm like, I don't know what this is about, but read these texts, because I have a feeling my girlfriend's why you were here, and I was right. And this one girl, she looked like she was like, a female Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like she would have definitely kicked my ass. But she looked at the text, and I'm like, isn't that the same number that was communicating with you? And then she gave Emily the dirtiest look ever, and she started cussing her out. She said, what the fuck? Bitches like you are victim reason people, victim blame. Fuck. I'm like, dude, just leave her alone. Here's $20. Can you please